Melbourne, Australia, and the 1999 Formula One season blasts off. As usual, the race is well supported, the fans anticipating a spectacular display. For the second year in succession, it's an all-McLaren front row with Mika Häkkinen on pole and David Coulthard beside him. Michael Schumacher starts third. Countdown to the start, but the amber lights are flashing, signalling an aborted start. Herbert's car is overheated, and unbelievably so is Barrichello's. A disastrous start to the season for Stewart. The start of the second formation lap, and Coulthard has problems. But worse for Schumacher, he'll have to start at the back. Finally, the race gets underway. The McLarens are off the line well. Hill has the momentum as he surges past Ralf Schumacher. Michael Schumacher's struggling, but Alesi's stranded as the rest of the field charge down to turn 1. A fantastic start for Villeneuve from 11th to 6th. Häkkinen leads, Coulthard second, Irvine third, Frentzen fourth, then Ralf Schumacher, Fisichella and Villeneuve. Damon Hill's in the thick of it, a nudge there from Trulli, and the Englishman's off. Eddie Jordan, one driver down. The two McLarens still lead, pulling away from Irvine in third as the field settle into the race. Action at the back, with Schumacher trying to recover lost positions. Takagi and Badoa are in a fight of their own. Takagi's through, so is Michael, but he's a long way off the leaders who've distanced themselves from the rest of the field. There's an off. It's Jacques Villeneuve in a spin. The Canadian's lost it in a big way, and he's lucky not to collect Diniz. Lap 13 and DC's in the pits and out of the race, stuck in 6th gear. With the safety car deployed, Häkkinen's advantage vanishes, and as the field return to racing, the Finn has to do it all again. Häkkinen appears to be in trouble. He's unable to accelerate, and Irvine moves into the lead. Mika can do nothing to stop the field rushing past. A double disaster for McLaren. The new leader will have to watch his mirrors. Frentzen and Ralf Schumacher are close behind. There's contact, Trulli trimming the Benetton of Fisichella. Lap 21, and Alex Zanardi's on the rough stuff, trying desperately to hold it together, but it's all in vain. The Williams is in the wall, bringing out the safety car once again. Mika Häkkinen's made it back to the pits, but he's calling it a day. A rough start to the season for Ron. That's Schumacher, rubber flailing from his right rear tyre and damage to his front wing as he makes his way to the pits. And there's another driver in trouble. It's Alexander Wurz. The Benetton suspension has collapsed, but that neat little recovery won't help him, and Rocco Benetton knows it. Bad news for Stewart. Barrichello receives a stop-go penalty. First and second place drivers are in for their one and only stop. This could give Frentzen a chance to take the lead, but it's all down to the pit crews. The pressure is on. The Ferrari mechanics are as slick as ever, getting Irvine out in front with Frentzen in hot pursuit. Rubens Barrichello now moves up to 5th, past De La Rosa. But it's Eddie Irvine who comes round to complete his last lap and take his maiden Formula One win. Ferrari are jubilant at the Ulsterman's victory, and celebrations too for Jordan and Williams, with Heinz-Harald Frentzen finishing second and Ralf Schumacher third. After 81 attempts, Eddie Irvine intends to make the most of his first win in the world's top racing series.
To do with Ferrari, and after such a long time, you know, and all the people have helped me, and from Formula Ford all the way up. There's so many, I'd be here for a few hours. I needed a lot of help to get here, believe me.
With the full backing of his team, Irvine can relish the day as he takes the early lead in the Drivers' Championship. Fisichella, Barrichello and Arrow's driver De La Rosa on his debut Grand Prix complete the top 6.
Never underestimate him.
After qualifying third, Michael Schumacher had problems in the race. Unable to select first gear, it meant, as in Suzuka last year, that he'd be forced to start from the back of the grid. When the race began, he again experienced gear selection problems, but eventually got going.
We had a few problems. Basically, they were related to the steering wheel, which we finally changed, and after that, all the problems were gone.
This stop was Michael's third of the race, and it dropped him to last, where he remained until the end. But being a lap down on his teammate didn't deter the German, who managed to set the fastest lap.
Mika had a problem. He went very slow, and I knew the rule. As long as I didn't go ahead of him, it wasn't classed as overtaking, and he was going so slow, and I did him, and that was great. Thank you very much, and off I went.
Irvine's afternoon was in stark contrast to Schumacher's. He drove a flawless race to take his first victory.
Wherever I lay my hat, there'll be a party.
McLaren's weekend was beset by problems, which started during Friday's practice session with this accident for Hakkinen. The world champion went on to snatch pole position off his teammate in qualifying, but the pit crew were suffering problems of their own. Come the race, the speed the McLarens had demonstrated throughout practice and qualifying was evident, but it wasn't long before the rot set in.
We've had some sort of hydraulic problem, which I'm not sure if it's gearbox or one of the other parts of the car, but it may just be an electronic failure.
With Coulthard out, Hakkinen still led, but when the race was restarted after Villeneuve's accident, it soon became clear that the Finn had not escaped the team's gremlins. Mika attempted to continue, but it was all in vain.
As far as we can tell so far, we had a mechanical failure on the throttle linkage of Mika's car. We had the race well in control. We were driving well off the pace.
This disappointment is not going to put us down a little bit, I tell you.
Barrichello placed his steward fourth in qualifying.
I'm just praying that we finish the race, really, because we haven't yet done a full race distance in the car.
Jackie's prayers weren't answered. Johnny Herbert's engine caught fire on the grid, leading to confusion in the garage because of an incredible coincidence.
Hang on a second. Johnny, Rubens' car's gone as well.
Rubens Barrichello's engine had suffered the same fate.
Is there something wrong?
No, it took fire, but they took the car out of the grid.
Okay, no problem. Johnny had the exact same thing. So
yeah, but they took the car out of the grid.
You can't
Which
use
car can I use?
T-car, your car's burnt out, the wiring loop.
With both race cars out of action, there was only the spare available, which went to Barrichello, leaving Herbert a spectator. The Brazilian was forced to start from the pit lane, but thereafter drove the race of his life and may have taken victory, but for further problems. Craig Pollock and the BAR team had a low-key start to the season. Zonta only managed 19th in qualifying, while Villeneuve couldn't better 11th. After a great start, Villeneuve ran as high as 7th, but lap 14 was the Canadian's last.
Well, it's quite simple. He lost his rear wing and lost traction and obviously had a crash.
Well, it wasn't too bad because I didn't go straight towards the wall, so it was okay. The car was running really strong. It could run a little bit quicker than Ralph, so it was looking good for the second half of the race.
Zonta climbed to 5th, but retired when his gearbox overheated.
They call me to come in because they want to see the wings. Just stopped in 5th gear, my car. It's very hot. The car was going very well and very fun, to drive the car.
Damon Hill celebrated his 100th Grand Prix in Australia. His first race was for Brabham in '92 before joining Williams in '93. The following season he missed winning the driver's title by 1 point, but 2 years later the Englishman's dream was realised when he became world champion at the final race in Suzuka. Arrows in '97 led to a season of disappointment. Last year he took Jordan's first victory, but this season started badly.
Somebody got a wheel inside my right rear and tipped me up and spun me around.